Hey folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome to the farm vlog today. Today we're gonna get in the woods and we're gonna work two saws. We're gonna work the Husqvarna 460 Rancher and we're gonna work the STIHL MS311. We're gonna do a comparison today to see which saw is the best, what feels the best in your hand, what cuts the best, what's the most powerful, and the best all-around saw for you to have on your farm, on your ranch, or for your firewood operation. So come along today, we're gonna have some fun and we're gonna work these saws, all right? Woo! This is a Husqvarna 460 Rancher saw. I've put about 12 hours on this saw. This is a STIHL MS311. I've put about 12 hours on this saw. Both chains have been sharpened by the same guy on the same bench. Everything is evenly matched here when it comes to the sharpness of these saws. This 460 Rancher has a 60.3 cc engine. The STIHL MS311 has a 59 cc engine, so a little smaller engine on the STIHL. It's a little more fuel efficient. The Husqvarna 460 Rancher comes with a 24-inch bar. The STIHL comes with a 16-inch bar or a 20-inch bar, and it's not recommended to put a 24-inch bar on this saw. The Husqvarna has 3.6 horsepower, where the STIHL has 4.2 horsepower. Even with smaller displacement, the STIHL still has more horsepower. This is 12.8 pounds without the bar and chain, and this is 14.1 pounds without the bar and chain. Each saw is pretty similarly matched and pretty similarly sized. I would say that the Husqvarna is just a slight hair smaller. It's a little bit narrower, so if size matters to you and you want a bigger saw, a fatter saw, then the STIHL is probably a little bit wider than the Husqvarna. Each one of these saws has a compression release button for ease of starting. I'll lay it back over here on its side. The Husqvarna has a screw type fuel reservoir, where the STIHL has the lock type fuel reservoir. So it's a little bit easier to open and close the fuel. Now when you open and close the fuel tank on the STIHL, it tends to blow out at you. When you open and close the fuel tank on the Husqvarna, it doesn't blow out at you like that. I'm gonna fill both of these saws up with fuel, the same fuel, and we'll do a startup test. Neither saw has been started today, so we're gonna do a cold start test first. Now as I'm filling these up, I'm gonna tell you which one I like better. I definitely like the STIHL. I prefer the STIHL's gas cap and oil filler cap to the Husqvarna. I'm more of a fan of the STIHL system. Now, the Husqvarna bar has a little oil filler right here, so you grease it right here. The STIHL has the Roll-O-Matic chain and it does not require that. Let's go with a cold start on these saws. This is the STIHL saw. The procedure for starting the STIHL saw is put it all the way down, the choke all the way down, and this is the unsafe way to start these saws. But let's be realistic. Don't start your saw the way I'm starting it. It's the wrong way to do it, but it's the way I do it on my farm. So that's it. STIHL cold start. Our chain brake is locked. We're pulling, 2, it fires. I click up 1 little click right here to the high idle. I pull it again. All right, there's a startup on the STIHL. Let's grab the Husky, see how she does. So we're gonna pull the choke all the way out on the Husqvarna. Very, very simple. The Husqvarna has the little bubble here for pumping fuel. Now there's a difference in the warranty of these two items too. Husqvarna comes with a 2-year factory warranty. The STIHL only comes with a 1-year factory warranty. You can extend the STIHL warranty by buying the STIHL synthetic oil, and you can extend the Husqvarna warranty to 4 years by buying the Husqvarna oil. So warranty wise, Husqvarna definitely has a better warranty. Let's give her a tug. We've pumped 3 times. Okay, now we'll put our choke in. Proof's in the pudding right there. The Husqvarna started better. Guys, I want to let you know, I'm not going to be biased on this. I'm going to tell you what I think and what I feel, and you're going to learn, you're going to see exactly how these saws are performing right before your eyes. The Husqvarna started easier than the STIHL. So the next step in this process is we're going to get over in the woods. I'm going to show you a pretty cool tool right here though. This is called the log ox. It's a pretty cool cant hook and timber jack combo. We're going to do a video dedicated to the log ox pretty soon, but I just wanted to show it to you real quick before we get in the woods. We're going to have some fun. All right, let's talk about safety features on both these saws. The anti-kickback or the chain brake is great on both saws. Very, very happy. The one on the STIHL seems a little bit more robust than the one on the Husqvarna. Now, let's talk about turning your saw on and off. You're holding the saw like a pistol grip and your thumb is here. The natural instinct to shut your saw off is touching that button to cut it off. In other words, your thumb is here and then you have to just go like that to cut off the Husky. The STIHL, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. So instead of cutting the saw off with your thumb down this way, you have to make an extra effort and reach down and flick the switch upward in order to cut it off. I think that's a poor design. I think that it's more of a natural feel to turn it off with your thumb down versus going in and flicking it up. So safety wise, if you had to cut the saw off in a hurry, the STIHL would hands down be a little more difficult and a little less natural to shut off. So you cast your vote, which saw you think is better. After we get done here, you cast your vote. We've got a windfall oak tree right here. This is a big old, what is that? That's a big old red oak. So we're gonna start cutting on it. We're gonna do 4 cuts a piece and we'll let you decide which one cuts faster. All right, test number 1, still MS311, liming up the tree. 1 pull, very good. Pretty adequate, very happy with that. It just seems to burn through the brush like butter. It's a red oak, so you'd expect that the saw would have to work a little bit. It really didn't stress me at all. We're gonna put it on some big logs here in a minute, but we wanna try it in some brush first. Now we're gonna get with the Husqvarna 460. Husqvarna 460 limbing test here. 1 pull. All right, I'm gonna tell you, the Husky felt better. The Husky cut faster, the Husky ran smoother than the STIHL. It seemed as though when I was given the STIHL all it had, it would kind of sputter a little bit, where the Husqvarna didn't sputter. Now, I'm not gonna sell you on either one of these saws. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So let's get down here to a bigger log, a log that's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 inches. So we limb the tree back to this point right here. This is about 10 inches. My hand is about 8 inches. So we got about 10 or 11 inches of red oak to cut through. First saw we're gonna use the Husqvarna, and then we'll go back to the STIHL, and then we'll go back and forth. So I'm gonna make 2 good cuts right here with the Husqvarna, and then we're gonna go grab the STIHL. Start up. 1 pull. That's full throttle with the Husqvarna. We're gonna get the STIHL and we'll go in full throttle with it. All right, here's our STIHL startup. 1 pull. Very good. All right, that's 2 cuts with each saw. I'm gonna do Husky 1 more time, and then I'm gonna do STIHL 1 more time. So back to back, Husky. 1 pull. Full throttle. with the factory chain on the STIHL and the factory chain on the Husqvarna. 24-inch versus 20-inch. The STIHL, hands down, cut slower. I'm gonna say it took 6 more seconds to get through this log with the STIHL than it did to get through the Husqvarna. And when I started the STIHL, it didn't start very good. Let's get down to it. What does a man want out of his chainsaw? A man wants reliability, a man wants power, a man wants cutting strength, a man wants to not have to bend over quite as much. A man wants to pull the cord as few times as he has to in order to get the machine started. A man wants portability. A man wants a lighter saw that cuts better. Which saw is lighter? Which saw did we just see from the factory? No modifications, no difference in the fuel, no difference in the sharpness, no difference in anything other than one saw versus the other saw. Which saw cut faster? Which saw cut better? You saw it. Which saw has the better warranty? Which saw is the lightest? Which saw is the most nimble? And which saw is going to save your back the most? The next big question is, which saw do you want your wife to get you for Christmas? The Husqvarna 460 Rancher or the STIHL MS311? I know which one I'd rather have for Christmas. Guys, post some comments down there. Tell me which saw you thought performed the best. We're gonna get you some more footage of these saws at work. I'm very, very happy with both saws. I have both saws here on the farm, but I thought it'd be a great idea to come out here and do a video. I know what feels good in my hands. I know what feels good in the woods. I know what saves my back the most, and I'm not gonna be choosy. I'll let you guys choose the best saw. Let's get busy. I'm gonna do a little more cutting. I got a bunch of brush down. Hurricane Michael came through and just destroyed our woods. We probably have 25 white oaks and 25 red oaks down in the woods, so we got some awesome firewood for the winter. Guys, be sure to click that like button if you like this kind of stuff. Subscribe to the channel, leave me some comments. Click the little bell icon down there. It'll notify you when I post a new video. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff in the woods over the next couple months. We're going to have some fun. It's firewood cutting season. It's a good time, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge.
We'll come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Here's a quick thing I'd like to point out to you. If you're using a chainsaw and you're using this as a wedge to push your chainsaw through your wood, then your chainsaw is probably too dull and you probably need to sharpen it. Now this is a spike on the STIHL saw, and this is the spike on the Husqvarna saw. Which one would you rather have? It's beginning to look a little one-sided, isn't it?